Okay, so in this video I am going to explain the algebraic form of simplex method. This method is also very easy method because we already have seen how to solve the linear programming problem by applying algebraic method and how to solve the linear programming problem by applying the simplex method. So we already have seen both the method and we know the concept. So algebraic method generally we apply to solve the problem. It is very easy method. Generally we consider algebraic method is one of the easiest method and simplex method is one of the best method generally we apply to solve the problem. So easiest method and best method. Now we are going to apply the algebraic form of simplex method. It means sometimes you will find it is the easiest method and here you will get the concept of simplex method also. So we need to know the concept of both the approach. So that's why I already have explained both the method, algebraic and simplex method. So here you will get the easy way to solve the problem by applying algebraic form of simplex method. So just I am going to take one example like maximization types of problem. Already have taken these types of example in different types of the method. So here now going to consider 3x1 plus 4x2 subject to x1 plus 2x2 less than equal to 4, 3x1 plus 2x2 less than equal to 6, x1 and x2 will always be greater than equal to 0. This is the condition we know very well. Now before going to apply the algebraic form of simplex method, we need to change these objective functions and its constants with their respective form. It means we cannot make changes over the objective function because this is our solutions already have explained in different videos. So here we are not going to make any changes, and in the constants, because the constants have given in the form of inequalities, so we need to change this constant into the form of equation. To change these inequalities into the form of equation, because here the constants have given into the form of less than equal to, so we need to add some variable which is called slack variable. So here we will move to add the variable which is called slack variable. So in these two equations now going to add slack variable. So now going to see how to proceed. Now max z is equal to 3x1 plus 4x2 subject to x1 plus 2x2 plus we can say s1 is equal to 4, then 3x1 plus 2x2 plus s2 is equal to 6, x1 s2 s1 s2 greater than equal to 0. Now I have added two variables which names s1 and s2 which is called slack variable. Now we are going to apply the first algebraic approach. What is the algebraic approach? Algebraic approach always said if we are going to take this variable s1 and s2 as a basic variable, then rest of the variable will be considered as a non-basic and will set the variable as a 0. And we already have seen once if you move from these constraints to the tabular form, s1 and s2 because generally we consider as a slack variable and these two variable forms a unit matrix. So whichever variables forms a unit matrix, we need to consider that variable as a basic variable. So now here also we are going to consider this s1 and s2 as a basic variable and will proceed. So now going to take, and here because there is no contribution of these two slack variable, so 0s1 plus 0s2, there is no contribution over the slack variable and objective function is not going to be disturbed because objective function itself is our solution and solution cannot be changed. Either you are going to apply any types of method but the answer will be the same. So because we already have seen, I already have taken these questions in some different videos, and if you are going to solve these questions by applying algebraic form of simplex method, you will find the solutions will be same. There is no variations over the solution. So whatever methods you are going to apply, but final answer should not get changed. So final answer exists here because this is our objective function, and final answer is 3x1 plus 4x2. So x1 and x2 value will be, once we will get the x1 and x2 value, just we need to put here and we'll get the final solution. Okay. So first we need to focus over the steps. So what are the steps here? First we need to move like step 1. We can say step 1. Step 1. Step 1 is here what? We need to separate these two variables s1 and s2. So what will be the values of s1? 4 minus x1 minus 2x2. s2 is equal to 6 minus 3x1 minus 2x2. Okay. So whatever variables we have considered, x1, x2, s1, s2 will always be greater than or equal to 0. So here I am not going to write all the times this variable because we know very well this variable will always be greater than or equal to 0. So once all the variable will be greater than or equal to 0, so first we will see which variable is going to enter into the basis, because simplex method, now we are going to apply the approach of algebraic approach, but concept will be taken from the simplex method. So what simplex method says, first we need to check which variables is going to enter into the basis, because there in simplex method we need to find Cj minus Zj, and out of all the Cj minus Zj values we need to find largest positive value, and we consider that largest positive value is going to give a key column, and under the key column which variables is going to be considered, that variable is going to enter into the basis, and which variables is going to leave the basis, that is the least positive value we consider from the key rows, and key rows consider values can be found by the help of right hand side of the constraints, and the ratio of right hand side of the constraints with the coefficient of with the respective key column elements. So if you are going to divide these values and you are going to check which values is going to give you the least positive value, then you just circle that rows and you consider this rows is called key rows, and intersection of key rows and key column generally we find that is the key element. Same approach we are I am going to apply here to find the first which variable is going to enter into the basis, first thing. So if you are going to see here in this objective function, now we can say, because the rate of increase here we can say 4x2 and 3x1. So here we need to find the largest positive values of the coefficient of objective function. So largest values means largest coefficient of objective function. So here we can say 3x1, that is the 3 is the coefficient of x1 and 4 is the coefficient of x2. So we can consider 4 is the largest positive value with the objective function. So here x2 is going to enter into the basis. Now we can find, because here the simple definition from the simplex method, largest positive value of Cj minus Zj. So here largest positive values of the coefficient of objective function. So here we can say largest positive value is a 4 out of these 3 and 4. 4 is the largest positive value. So we are going to consider x2 is going to enter into the basis. So now here it is first things have got finalized, means x2 is going to enter into the basis. Okay, x2 is going to enter into the basis. It means now in both the equations here is x2 and here is x2. It means which variable is going to leave the basis, now we need to find here from the constraints. From the objective function we need to find which variable is going to enter into the basis, and from the constraints we will check which variable is going to leave the basis. So now here we need to check for x2, if we are going to consider x2 here, if we are going to put x2 here 2, x2 value 2. So 2 into 2 4, means 4 minus 4 result will be 0, because x1 already have considered 0. So now x2 is equal to 2, it means 2 into 2 is equal to 4 and 4 minus 4 is equal to 0. Now s1 is going to become a 0 here. Now if we are going to consider x2 is equal to 1 by, means we need to make these values to 6. 6 means what value we need to check? 6 by 2. If we are going to multiply 6 by 2, 6 by 2 means 2 will get cancelled and 3. It means if you are going to multiply with 3 values, x2 will be 3, then automatically it will be 6 and 6 minus 6 0. Now, so here there are two values of x2, either 2 or 3. Be concentrated, very important. Just if you are going to get this concept, then automatically you will proceed, and in all the steps just you need to go through this concept and you will get the solution. So here just you need to concentrate. So at a time we cannot consider two different values for x2. We cannot consider two different values for x2. Suppose here if we are going to shift these 3 to this equation and these 2 to this, suppose we are going to just interchange. So because at a time we need to put only one values for the x2, but just for the checking, if you are going to shift this 3 to here, it means 3 into 2, the value will be 6, and 4 minus 6 will give the negative value. 4 minus 6 will give negative value. Are you getting? 4 minus 6 will give you negative value. If you are going to put this 2 to here, means 2 into 4, 6 minus 4, it will be positive. But if you are going to consider this 3 at this place, it will give you negative value. So here we need to check least positive value. Are you getting? Why we are going to go check for the least positive value? Because you know to enter into the basis largest positive value, which will that value we need to consider from the objective function. To leave the basis, we need to consider values from the constraints. So which values you are going to consider here? X is equal to 2 only you need to consider, because out of these 2 and 3, 2 is a least positive value. So we need to consider least positive value. So we only can consider x is equal to 2. So this under this variable you are going to consider x is equal to 2, and here S1 is going to leave the basis. It means x2 is going to enter into the basis, and S1 is going to leave the basis. So here we will consider this equation. So this equation is important first to consider. It means we will solve first this equation. So 2x2 is equal to S1 minus, or we can say 2x2, you can take here 4 minus x1 minus s1. So x2 value will be 4 minus x1 minus s1 divided by 2. So 2 minus 1 by 2 x1 minus 1 by 2 s1. So this is the equation of x2. Now we reach up to these steps. So now x2 values have already got. So x2 is going to enter into the basis. It means we need to change this, because s2 is not going to be changed. s2 will be as it is. Just we need to replace x2 with this values, because x2 is going to enter into the basis and s1 will leave the basis. So now s1 is going to leave the basis, x2 is going to enter into the basis. So here x2 is already found. So just we'll copy here from 6 minus 3x1 minus 2 into x2 value is 2 minus 1 by 2 x1 minus 1 by 2 s1. So here just we are going to replace this x2 in this s2. So 6 minus 3 x1, x1 has copied, minus 2 into x2 value from here, 2 minus 1 by 2 x1 minus 1 by 2 s1. So 6 minus 3x1 minus 4 minus x1, 2 will be cancelled, and 2 to 4 minus plus 2 cancel x1 minus plus 2 cancel s1. Okay, so now here we can solve 6 minus 2 x1 6. So here just we are going for the solution. 6 minus 4 2 minus 2 x1 plus s1. So now s2 value we have got. x2 and s2 now already have entered into the basis. s2 was already there in the basis, and x2 have entered into the basis. And now what is the objective function? Objective function is max z is equal to 3x1 plus 4. x2 have entered into the basis, so we will take these values, 2 minus 1 by 2 x1 minus 1 by 2 s1. Okay, so now this is the step. Now 3x1 plus 4 into 2 8 minus here plus minus minus 2 x1 plus minus minus 2 s1. If you are going for the solution, then you can get the value is equal to x1 means 3 minus 2 and x1 minus 2s1 plus 8. It means 8 plus x1 minus 2s1. This is the solutions of objective functions. So now we are having this value. Now just we need to write it very clear. So here just I am going to erase because we already have entered into the procedure and this is the questions. So now I am going to remove and will proceed further for the steps. So now what's variable now we are having? We are having x2. So what is the values of x2? x2 is 2 minus 2 minus 1 by 2 x1 minus 1 by 2 s1 and s2. s2 is equal to 2 minus 2 x1 plus s1 and objective function max z is equal to 8 plus x1 minus 2 s1. So now this is the current condition, so we no need to check it again, just because this is our new constants and new equations and new objective functions. So now we need to proceed from these steps. Okay, so we are having objective function, we are having the constants and conditions we already know. All variables must be greater than equal to 0. Now here we can check. Enter into the basis, we need to check from the objective function, and leave the basis, we need to check from the constants. So from now this is the new objective functions. It means x1 is going to enter into the basis. So this is the largest positive value. We need to check from the coefficient of variable. So there are two variables, x1 and s1. Out of these two, s1 is going to give the negative coefficient and x1 only having the positive coefficient. So this x1 coefficient means x1 here is going to show the positive value. So this is only the largest positive value may be considered. So x1 is going to enter into the basis. So now it's already have decided x1 is going to enter into the basis. So which variable is going to leave the basis? So x1 once we enter into the basis, we need to check which variables is going to leave the basis. It means we need to check by putting the values of x1 and check out of these two which one is going to give a value least positive value to make these values as a 0. x2 and h2, either of these two will become. So which variable is going to give a least positive value, we will check from here. So now we are going to check here, because s1 here is going to be considered as a non-basic, so these terms will be 0. Just we are going to check over the x1, because x1 is going to enter into the basis. So 1 by 2 here, 1 by 2 x1 and here 2 x1. So if we are going to subtract from these two, so which values is going to give you the least positive value? If you are going to consider here as x1 as a 4, then it will give you 2. So 2 minus 2, 4. So here we need to consider 4. Here we need to consider x is equal to 1. So it will give 2 minus 2, 1. So x is equal to 1. So which values is going to be considered out of these 4 and 1? Which one is going to show you the least positive value? This one is going to show you the least positive value. It means this x1 is going to enter into the basis and h2 is going to leave the basis. So now we are going to focus over this equation. So here we will focus, means here x1 is going to enter into the basis and x2 is going to leave the basis. So we will take this variable and 2x1 at right hand side and is equal to 2 minus 2 plus S1 minus S2. 2 plus S1 minus S2. So here 1 by 2 into 2 plus S1 minus S2. 1 by 2 into 2 plus 1 by 2 S1 minus 1 by 2 S2. So here is the result, 1 plus 1 by 2 S1 minus 1 by 2 S2. So now we have got the values of x1. Now we are having the values of x1 now here. So now no need to see this one. Now we are having the values of x1. So x1 already have got. We need to change this x2. We need to put this x1 into this equation. 2 minus 1 by 2 into this is the x1. So x1 value 1 plus 1 by 2 S1 plus 1 by 2 S2 minus 1 by 2 S1. So now we are going to replace this x1 with this values. So now 2 minus 1 by 2 minus plus minus 1 by 2 S1 minus 1 by 2 S2 minus 1 by 2 S1. So if you are going to solve, 2 to the 4, 4 minus 1, 3 by 2 minus plus, so 1 by 2 S1. Here just going to add half S1, so that is full S1 minus 1 by 2 S2. This is the equation of x2. Now we are having x1 and x2. We need to find objective function. So objective function is equal to 8 plus x1 is going to enter into the basis, means we need to put these values at the position of x1. So 1 plus 1 by 2 S1 minus 1 by 2 S2 1 by 2 S2 minus 2 S1. So now we are having 9 plus minus 3 S1 by 3 by 2. Here if you are going to solve this one, 2 into 2 4, 1 minus 4, 3 by 2 minus 1 by 2 S2. So this is the objective function. So now we are having x1 is equal to 1 by 1, x1 is equal to 1 plus 1 by 2 S1 minus 1 by 2 S2. x2 is equal to 3 by 2 minus S1 minus 1 by 2 S2 minus 1 by 2 S2, and max and objective function. Now we are having objective function. Objective function is equal to 9 minus 3 by 2 S1 minus 1 by 2 S2. So now there is no use of these steps, because these steps already have finished. So now we are going to see these steps. This was the second step. Now we are at this step we need to check which variables is going to enter into the basis. So from objective function we need to check which variable is going to enter into the basis. So here we need to check the coefficient of S1 and S2, whatever variable. So which values is going to give you the largest positive value. So coefficient of S1 is a negative value, coefficient of S2 is also negative. It means there is no positive, so we cannot go for the largest positive value because there is no positive value. So how can we find largest positive? So out of these two negative we cannot proceed. So none of the variables is going to enter into the basis. Now which variables is going to leave the basis? So we need to check from this one. So because none of the variables is ready to enter into the basis, it means we no need to go in to check which variables is going to leave the basis. So here, because now x1 and x2 already have entered into the basis, so x1 and x2 is called our basic variable, and rest of the variables here s1 and s2 is going to be considered as a 0, because these variables now are going to be considered as a non-basic. So generally if you go to check the algebraic forms how to solve the problem. So we need to put s1 and s2 0 to find the values of x1 and x2. So now here we are at that steps to just to consider x1 and x2 as the basic variable, because x1 and x2 already have entered into the basis. So now these two are basic variable. So the value of x1 is equal to 1 and x2 is equal to 3 by 2, and here max z, it means zx at maximum is equal to 9. So this is our solution. So very easy method, just we need to proceed with the concept of simplex method. Which variables is going to enter into the basis, we can check from the objective function, and which variables is going to leave the basis, we can check from the constraints. So just with the combination of objective functions and the constraint, we can check and we can proceed step by step, and at the end we will see none of the variables is ready to enter into the basis, because at the end we will see all the variables are having the negative coefficient in the objective function. So none of the variables are ready to enter into the basis. So no need to go to check into the constraints, and here you can stop and you can write the solution directly. So x1 value is 1, x2 3 by 2, and at maximum we can say 9 we can get, that is the maximum largest values. So we can write the solution in this way. So okay, I think you have got the concept, and it is very easy and very useful to solve the problem. So okay, we'll proceed for, we will go for the next method, next approach to solve the LPP in the next videos. Okay, thank you, all the best.